Do you know those making an impact in your neighborhood? Maybe they're well known and established, or just getting started. Either way, let's chat. We'll be diving deep into their story, what fuels them, and how they help our community. Hi, I'm Krisha, host of Let's Chat. My goal is to connect those making an impact in the community with you, our listeners. Hello, hello, hello! Many thanks for your support and viewership of episode 1. You guys, it was amazing. I had Rachel Adams on of Rachel's Creperie. It was such a great show. If you missed it, no worries. We've got them live. You can catch the replay on Facebook, on the Candy Factory's Facebook page. And we're working on the audio version for the podcast, so that's coming up, so stay tuned. As for tonight, I am crazy excited for tonight's guest. Tonight we're talking with a well-known master of the music and hospitality industry, none other than Mr. Gregg Barley of Phantom Power. Welcome.
Oh, hey, Krisha, how's it going? Good to see you.
I mean, that's just like typical, right?
Dude.
Like I'm like moderation, and you're like, we're just gonna get the bottle.
Yeah, well, I got the bottle, but I'm just going little by little. You know,
Thank you.
I don't want to look like a lush.
No, not in the first 5 seconds of the show, please.
No,
We've got
we've got time. We've got time. Plenty of time.
Yeah, we got time. Slow your roll. It's so good to see you. Thank you for joining me.
It's great to see you, having me. Thank you for asking me to be on. I hope I don't disappoint.
No, you never do.
I'll try to tell good stories, and I'll try to help whoever wants to learn how to open a nightclub to
In a
realize
pandemic.
what not to do and when not to open.
Yeah, right. Pay attention to the European forecast and the happenings of the world. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to touch on that. But first, I want to go, let's take a walk back. I want to take a walk back to many moons ago to a place and time called the late 90s, where I first met you, and it would be called the Lizard Lounge.
Yeah.
So.
Gosh, that's where it all started happening.
It did. Okay,
So,
how old were you back then?
Gosh, I was going to the Chameleon all through my 20s, so I would have been in my late 20s when I started there, and I try to stay timeless. So you know, I try to be hip. I try to act young. I try to.
I mean, I think like
keep
a
up with
fine
everybody.
wine. Yeah, like a fine wine and a fine whiskey. We've aged very well. So cheers to that.
Yeah. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, kids.
Thank you. I mean, you look the same too. I you know. So
Thanks.
whatever's in that Lancaster water, I think we
There you go.
or the Lancaster alcohol more so. So
There you go. Yeah.
let's keep on sipping on it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So the vibe of the Lizard Lounge was really awesome, and I know that you were so instrumental in that. And so let's go back to that time. So let's just chat about it a little bit. You were running, I mean, like head bartender, also booking and bringing in talent.
I did. Well, see, the way it started off, I started going to the Chameleon all the time. I loved it. Just would go to shows nonstop. And then it dawned on me that maybe it'd be a good idea to work there because I'm spending all my money.
So much money.
Just like I'm just there all the time anyway. So I had this idea, but unfortunately they were pretty heavily staffed and didn't really have a slot for me. So I kept chipping away at it. And then in December, closer to the holidays, is when the prime time was because people wanted off, so they were shorthanded. So they called me up and had a shift that needed covered, so they're bringing the farm team in and
the reserves.
After I got in, I just kept on, kept signing. I signed up for more shifts, and luckily they let me keep coming back and just working the door and whatnot. So I love that, and. Always bothering Rich off and telling him, who we should book and who I'd like to see. And I think he just got sick of hearing that. But one time, my girlfriend at the time was looking for a place to host a party of some sort. So I just asked him, one random night if the Lizard Lounge would be available at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And Rich's response was, well, why don't you just open it up full time and then you could have it as your regular bar? And I was,
You were like, what?
okay, sure.
You're like, that's amazing. Thanks for the keys.
So I quit my job at Donnelly Printing and started Lizard Lounge. And it was really, really a great learning experience and a great way to start off in the industry, because it was already established and there was already, a building there, and it wasn't like it was my own money on the line. Like, I was just kind of trying to make a business within a business operate. So it was tremendously helpful to just learn through baby steps.
Well, and I think that's a great example of an employer believing in you and sharing equal passion and allowing you to have that vision to grow. So empowering each other, growing the place. Because Chameleon was very well known. Still is very well known.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, 100%. I've been very, very fortunate to see lots and lots of bands throughout the ages, local, national acts, like all around. And I'm sure you've got some really crazy stories.
It's pretty mind-boggling, the caliber of bands that have played that stage, and where they were then and where they are now. It's pretty astonishing.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you? So my favorite spot is to go up on the second floor. Some of this is, well, I guess it's still current. Go to the second floor. I like to be like kind of catty-corner to the stage. And during the one show, I was like smashing on the glass so hard, like singing along, that I actually bruised the inside of my hand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It might have been tequila for dinner that night too. That might have had something to do with it.
That's usually my downfall, is drinking instead of eating, and those nights rarely end well.
Oh my gosh, I have so many awesome pictures of it, just it being like just
while it's going on.
Energy. Yeah, just the energy in the crowd. Like it's such a cool place, and it's really cool.
Remember those days, because it's gonna be a while before we see them again, I believe, unfortunately.
I know, it's very, very sad. Did you play an instrument, or were you in a band, or you just really loved music?
No, I just paid other people to do it.
Nice.
People to do it.
And help support their paying.
Yeah. So I just let them do it, because they would do it much better than what I ever could, I believe. So I did shortly. I was on a hobby kick for a while, and I did try to add guitar to that, and Matt Johnson was my teacher for a little while, but I think that was the straw that broke my back. Like, I just could not juggle that many hobbies, and I think I just got frustrated, because when you start off with something, you're just terrible, and I'm so used to seeing so many people that are great.
Yeah,
and I just
this should just naturally come.
I stink, and I'm not gonna I'm just gonna hang it up. I'm never gonna be a musician. So I just keep on with this path.
Yeah, I liked playing. I didn't like practicing. So my parents were like, "We're not gonna pay for this if you're not gonna put the work in." No, it should just magically come.
Well, you've got your daughter going about this way, so you're good. Yeah.
I've got a taste of my own medicine there. I hear a lot of the same things my parents said to me coming out of my mouth repeatedly. Like, oh, now I get it. I totally get it. I'm so sorry. Like, I can't wait.
Someday.
I know. Oh my gosh. So tell me, I'm kind of curious. So when you were bringing on some of these bands and stuff like that, and I know you've got some good band stories, and we're trying to keep it kind of PC-ish, but right. What was the most pain in the ass band or act to work with?
Wow. Most recently was NF. He's kind of like a rapper that is sort of like I think he used to be like struggling with addiction, and then recovering, and speaks about that. So it's difficult for me to say, because not all times is it the artist that the problem occurs. Sometimes it's the tour manager, sometimes it's management needing things, but just the things that they needed were really awful. And like, what's funny is this was like close to the last like couple weeks of me being, I knew I was done, and I was just like jumping through all these hoops, and this guy was just really grinding on me, and I'm like, buddy, I really don't care. Like,
You're like, I don't care about your green M&Ms.
You know, you can come at me all you want, but the reality is, I just don't care. I don't care about you. Sorry. There was another artist that he was in a couple times. He was in with Echo and the Bunnymen, and then in this case, it was the tour manager. He was in for Echo and the Bunnymen, and came back again for the Wallflowers. And like I remembered the guy as soon as I saw him. Like, oh no, not this guy again. And he did not disappoint. He was right there, just draining my phone battery with calls every couple seconds, asking the most ridiculous questions, and you know, asking for things that are sitting right beside him that I'd have to like walk over and like show him literally where they're at. Yeah. And you know, inquiring about things that, you know, like human beings that I'm not even in contact with, you know, like just staff members or something like that, asking me why they're doing things. I'm like, I don't know why they're on the other side of the building. I'm not exactly sure what it is that they're doing right now, and I don't have them programmed. I'll go check on that for you. And
trying to get this going.
So yeah, after a couple challenging shows, I started keeping a tab on my phone, like with beside their phone number, I would list like so and so, like their name, and then bad.
Like, yeah, like a rating.
Yeah, no. So like when I saw their number coming up to you know, it's what's called advancing the show. So a lot of times they would call just to like go over details and let you know what they need, what they're traveling in, what time they want to load in. So that way I'll know, like, if it's a bad tour manager, then I'm like, okay, I'm ready for you. I remember this guy, you know, so I definitely could keep track of, and they probably did for me too, you know, like just incompetent. Okay, I'll top that next time, because like, you know.
Yeah, you're like, I got your number, buddy. Literally.
But, and I mean, that's, to be honest, that is it's very, very minimal that you have, you know, bad interactions. Like, yeah, it can happen, but after you do it for a while, you know what you need to do, what you don't need to do. So
it's like null and void. So so the flip side then, name your favorite?
Oh my gosh.
That's hard. That's hard.
That is hard. I've got so many wonderful experiences. It's always awesome when, you know, like Jimmy's Chicken Shack plays the club all the time. It's always awesome seeing those guys. I love them. They become family. You know, we do them 4 to 5 times a year, and it's always cool, like catching up with them. Built to Spill was always an awesome experience, because those guys, it's so DIY that they just don't need any of the lead time that so many of the modern bands do to make everything tweaked to sound exactly as it has to on the record, or put all these dumb effects on. Like, Built to Spill shows up in 2 vans. They carry their own stuff in. They've got cardboard boxes over top of their amps, sell the place out, and are, you know, thanking you and whatever. They take 10 minutes to set up, turn the amps on, tune their guitars, and it sounds perfect. And they go hang out until it's their set time.
That's awesome.
Hank 3 was always a great experience, because I'll tell you what, Hank Sheldon, he was there from load in to load out. Like, he's one of the hardest working guys in rock and roll. He really is. Like, he was there for every piece of gear loading in, which is very much unlike any kind of, you know, advanced rock musician. Like the star of the show does not load in, and he's right there directing everything and hauling stuff out of the trailer and putting it back in at the end of the night.
That is
real
awesome.
Class act.
That's awesome. And I do want to let everybody know that we are available for questions, and you're getting a lot of love. Facebook likes you. They love.
Oh, okay. Well, hi,
Ooh,
Facebook. Thank
Rachel
you.
Parker
Thanks for
met her
not
husband at the
let
Chameleon
me
Club.
hang it. Yeah, she did. She
Ooh.
did.
Oh,
And it's Packer, and I am her
Packer.
husband.
You
She
know,
met me
freaking
there.
show. I
But
know.
she met me while attending a show of her ex-boyfriend. So let's
Yeah, that's how you do it.
so that gets you off the hook a little bit.
I know. I will. I did. I am the worst. I got to get better at reading like the comments while thinking, while trying to calm, yeah. I didn't feel. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Burley's wife, and I totally jacked it up. So it's
Okay, don't worry about it. That's okay.
too funny. Nice. Well, we appreciate her for letting you come on tonight, and I know that you've got some husband duties that you need to finish up and wrap up. I hear you, Rachel. I support you in that. So, from the Chameleon Club, we moved on to Tell Us 360.
Yes. I spent a long time with the Chameleon Club, learned a lot there, had a lot of wonderful times. And then in 2017, I guess before that, technically before that. So with Mary Rule, who was the previous owner of the Point of View. Her husband Mark passed away, and she had a memorial service for him at the Chameleon Club. And so that was the first time I'd ever met Mary, and really got a great vibe off of her, and it was a full house, and her husband Mark was very, very much loved, and a lot of support there for his life's journey. Yeah. Also running the Point of View with her, and the event came and went, and that was that. And then a short time after that, my coworker Terry Sheets and Matt Johnson were posting pictures on Facebook of them helping her clean out some of the storage facilities that they had, and also the Point of View Theater. So I just said something to Terry. Hey, if she ever wants to sell that theater, let me know. And he said, well, actually, and she tried to sell it to Millersville University, but they weren't interested. So I was like, get me in touch with her now. I need to talk to her. So he did, and she was super awesome. And it took me probably almost a year to get just to be able to refinance my house, to be able to get the money to purchase the property, just so it would not go away. And oh my God, what a nerve-wracking and frustrating process this was. So just going from bank to bank, and after a while you hear all the questions that is leading you down the no road. So after several attempts, I actually linked up with a bank in Florida, of all places, that did a remote appraisal of my house and got me close enough where I was able to chip in more money to buy the theater, which was in 2017. So April 20th to be exact. So I had to do the 420. It was on purpose. Yeah.
I'm a 421 baby.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
So from there on, I felt that it probably would not be fair for me to continue to work at the Chameleon while designing my own concert venue.
Right.
So it was really hard because I love the Chameleon. It did so much to shape who I am today, and to get me to the point where I needed to be. Rich and Nick Spiatis both really helped me pursue my dream, and have been tremendously supportive.
It's so awesome. Isn't it crazy how you have these little thoughts, and then you think about it, and you put little actions and plans and motions, and you think, that would be really awesome if, and then you never know that, like, so many years later, it all connects you and leads you all together. It's so awesome. And I saw at the Point of View Theater, I saw Welcome to the Dollhouse.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie.
Well,
Oh my gosh, you know the movie? Oh my gosh. I'll send you the trailer.
I'll have to watch it.
I saw Welcome
Yeah,
to the Dollhouse.
I enjoy hearing all the movies that people have seen there, and some are classics, and some are just these crazy weird movies that
So
you
weird.
would never even imagine. Like you just thought they videotape, like a VHS tape that no one ever rented because they were always available on Friday, where you know, whenever it was video day, they'd go out for the weekend, they'll get videos, and all the new releases were going. It was always like, you know, the Slugger's Wife is always there. It's like, oh, but yeah, I actually saw a news, you know, like a news ad for The Point of View where that was in the theater at that time. I was like, wow.
It was amazing. It was so cool. And it warmed my heart so much when I saw that you saved it and that you purchased it and that you're bringing it back to life. So I was so excited. I was like, yes, one, that guy's awesome. And now he's doing something even more amazing.
So also during that time frame, the Chameleon was for sale, and they could put it up for sale. And Joe DeVoy had noticed that, I suppose. So he actually reached out to me about, you know, coming on the TELUS team, and so it all just really worked out very well with timing, and I chose to accept that. It was a very good move, and it really was. It allowed me to learn how business operates in more of a concert venue, and a little more, I shouldn't say fast paced, but just two different strategies. So like with the concert venue, it's you operate business in a different way. Whereas with TELUS, there's a lot more going on that also captures more of the DJ scene and private parties and, you know, higher scale, upper scale events that we never were able to do it at the Chameleon. And yeah, that was tremendously informative for me as well. And that helped with the planning of Phantom Power as well. Just like trying to keep in mind the balancing act that needs to be required to accomplish both feats.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and on another coincidental front, I mean, I guess it would be your Whiskey Wednesday. So
I
cheers
love
to
Whiskey
the
Wednesday.
rosé in your
Yes,
whiskey. I know. So you're
cheers
gonna have a
Whiskey
little brief.
Wednesday.
What are you drinking tonight for your Whiskey Wednesday?
Actually, it's a going away present from someone at TELUS. So it's actually the distiller of Crossed Water. So
that's a nice bottle. I like that.
Yeah, no, it's nice. So she's the distiller there, and she did a great job. I'm really proud of her. So
nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Say little connections all around. Still connected.
Yeah. No, it's I'm so lucky with the friends I have. I really am. Like I've got a lot of. I don't know how I've managed to surround myself with so many great people, but I'm very lucky.
Oh, I think it's your heart and your energy, and you're a genuine, really authentic, cool guy. And I think that really you bring. I think, you know, it's like the company you keep is the company that you attract, and, you know, like or vice versa or however. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
I guess I gotta attract them then to keep them. You know, I've got a pretty.
You know, that would be.
I guess I've got a pretty good lock on the door. When I sucker them in, they can't get out, right?
I feel like that has definitely happened at some point. I feel like I've been definitely suckered into some of these drinks that you've made where you're like, I don't know what to just try it.
Yeah, you'll like
Thanks,
it.
man.
You're not the worst thing you've ever had. And if it is, I win. Either way.
You would be the official first bartender that I was ever like, I don't know, make me something. And you used to come up with like all this crazy stuff. And I'd be like, dude, it's blue. And you're like, it's fine, just drink it. I'm like, okay, I don't.
You'll like it.
I trust you'll like it. Yeah.
Blue drinks always sell. Everyone loves blue drinks. Even if they taste the same as red drinks, they still seem to taste better.
It's the color. It's color theory. They're calming. No, I don't know. Too funny. So Phantom Power.
Yes.
How'd you come up with that name? What's the meaning?
Well, it is a setting on the soundboard. Like on a soundboard, it's a exterior power to microphone. So the button always the setting always attracted my eye. So like I always thought that was cool, and I don't know, just sort of I kind of went with a ghostly theme too
Yeah.
inside, and it just kind of works. I like the spooky vibe and the trying to make everything sound spooky and things like that. As part of my art installation that I still need to add to, I have X-rays inside of the brewing area because Phantom Power is also a microbrewery.
Yes.
And
touch on that.
I purchased a lot of X-ray light boxes. So
Oh, that's cool.
my starter kit for X-rays, my dentist. Before I opened up, I had an appointment and I said I have a weird question for you, and because that would always happen to me, and I loved when people would ask me that because you just never know what you're going to get. And so he's like, well, "What's that?" And do you happen to have any X-rays? And yeah, I do in my attic. I was like, "Can I get some?" So
Oh, that's cool.
I never expected him to say yes, but he did, and he's like, "I'll have to chop the names of the patients off, but
Right.
sure, I'll get you a couple." So he did. So I've got these weird like head and teeth X-rays in there right now, and I'm encouraging people to bring more. So if anybody has old X-ray film, has to be the film, not the newfangled software. It's got to be film. So
film, X-ray film. That is awesome. I was gonna say I've got a really cool one of my dog. Unfortunately, he has passed, but I was like, I'm keeping this because it has his stomach and his heart is like his side. I'm like, it's so cool. And then they email it to you. So
yeah, it's just it's not the same way, It's from like an old letter to the new email. It's just not the same.
It doesn't carry that same weight and that same thing. Well, that is really cool. So that's interesting because every time that I want to say Phantom Power, I feel like I want to be like Phantom Power.
That's fine. Yeah. Yell at the top of your lungs.
That works. The whole concept. It's almost like a He-Man kind of like thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Skeletor. So we've got, and you said a beer garden distillery.
We have a beer garden out back. I had an area identified to be able to have outdoor service. Mm-hmm. Luckily, I had that set up because I was planning on using it, but I was not planning on using it quite as much as what I am these days. Like every day.
That was probably like maybe phase 2. Like maybe next spring you were going to bring that.
Yeah, or just whatever. We'll put a couple tables and chairs out there, and so now it's turned into. I bought a lot of tables and chairs, ran out of money, and I've been accepting all these donations. So everyone's just dropping off their old patio furniture they don't want anymore. And it's like, bring it on. I'll take it.
I'll take it. That's awesome.
So if someone can sit on it safely, and maybe it'll hold a drink, bring it on. So
that's awesome. Okay, X-rays.
Quite a mixed match.
Yeah, so we're looking for X-rays, and we're looking for any outside furniture. Community
indoor furniture. We'll carry it back in too. I don't care. Maybe not recliners. Maybe not recliners and sofas, but yeah.
Oh, somebody says. So we've got some famous slushies.
Oh yeah, the slushies. They
currently.
So yes, my great friend Lane Levengood. He had this from the Levengood cidery, and or Levengoods of Lancaster.
Yes.
So he had the pop-up park on Prince Street, where we saw each other at, and
we did.
So he had cider slushies operating out there, and luckily he had an extra slushy machine, and he's letting me borrow that, and we have been selling his slushy machines and throwing in our own concoctions that we're just kind of coming up with. The pina colada is quite popular.
Oh, that's rad. That's awesome.
Last week we resurrected the Green Phantom from St. Patty's Day, so it's like a Shamrock Shake, and that's been a pretty good mover here too. So we're having fun mixing it up.
Nice, that's awesome. Yeah. So, and I heard I don't know what's happening in Millersville. Is it like the Blair Witch Project? Things are coming out of the woods. What is happening?
Oh, that would be Hot Dog, our mascot cat.
Oh, Hot
Dog.
No,
he's so our 3 menu items: peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, pizza, and hot dogs. So at the end of the night, whatever leftover hot dogs we have, we put out in a dog dish from our yappy hour, and the cats have been,
Eating them.
appreciating people not eating all the hot dogs. So old hot dog the cat has been increasing his visiting time, or else he just likes the programming that we're providing to the community. I'm not sure which, but
he might be a music fan and a lover of the mixed furniture,
and comedy as well. He stopped in during
Yes.
comedy night, and there's some video content of that on the Facebook page, I believe, or at least one of the comedians' Facebook pages that he was trying to take the microphone and offer it up to him to maybe meow or something. So
even cats have something to say.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. That's awesome. I do. Admittedly, I need to stop over, definitely. And it sounds like the menu. My daughter, she could partake.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Sounds like
you
it's
can
right up
bring something in if you'd like to. It's just we're trying to stay legal and doing the best we can with that. So without a kitchen, it's challenging.
Yeah,
but
and
we're figuring it out.
And so right now, we're okay we've got live events going on. They are outside. Everybody is safe. We're practicing socially distanced and enjoying some life.
Yeah, I've got a very big outdoor area, so I'm able to space all the tables and chairs out, and it's been keeping me alive.
Yeah. And so just for those who don't know, so you launched Phantom Power just as COVID-19 was hitting the
end of February. Yes, 27th, I believe, was our soft opening show, and then on March 5th, which was Heart Bones, was when I found out that South by Southwest had canceled because of COVID concerns, and that's when it really hit me, where I was like, wow, this is pretty serious, I believe. And just from that point on, things got really ramped up as far as the news was concerned, and my stress level went through the roof because I literally just, hey guys, come on in, and then whoa,
wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Yeah, but we're still around. We're here. We're here.
I am lucky to have a wonderful team on with me at Phantom Power, and we have been getting very creative with our operating practices and incorporating the food when that was necessary, and we're booking a lot of local acts, getting ready to start operating as kind of, I don't know if you've seen any of the drive-in that have been going on recently. So what they've been doing is selling cars as one ticket per 4 people.
Yes.
So it's kind of an expensive ticket, but it's broken up, designed for 4 people. So we're going to start doing that outside, trying to get some bigger acts. And
awesome.
So we're going to sell by the table. And I'm also in the process of building a platform at the top of our parking lot so that we can also jump in the drive-in concert game. So I plan on doing that, hopefully, if this goes into the fall.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, and that, that was one of my questions too. So it's like, it's been a warm summer. So in the colder months, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, so we're trying to think about that now while we're wiping the sweat off our brow, and I mean, the concept of that never would have come to me had it not been for the shutdown and all the restrictions. So I'm also involved with it's called NIVA, National Independent Venue Association, and IPA, which is a international Independent Promoter Association. Sorry.
Gotcha.
No, it's fine. But so it's 2 national organizations that basically we get on Zoom calls, and there's a Slack channel where it's like a chat room where everyone can get together from across the country, and we're kind of banding together and kicking around ideas and sharing experiences, and it's been really, really helpful to navigate all these really scary times. So that way we're not just sitting here as Phantom Power chewing our fingernails to the bone,
Yeah.
like not knowing how to handle things, not knowing what to do. So it's been a really, really helpful experience, like getting on these Zoom calls and having everyone, share what they're doing, ask questions, bring on booking agents, managers, lawyers that, are talking
Right.
about, concerns and how to handle things, and, specialists for making sure that we're providing a safe venue and space for customers to visit,
Yeah.
because nobody wants to be the place that someone catches COVID at. So,
Yeah.
so we're trying to be as well educated as possible to make sure that safe when they come in.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are there any are there any COVID practices, but like I know some places are doing temperature checks and going through some stuff. Like what do you guys ask of the public?
Yeah,
Like,
so Lancaster actually supplied us with a lot of PPE gear, including the gun thermometers. So we've been using that and checking the customers when they come in for weekend concerts and things like that to make sure that they're within under 104 and all that. Actually try to
right.
keep them under 100 degrees. So yeah, and a lot of sanitizer and face masks and regular the clear plastic masks and the fabric masks and disposable masks, so that way if a customer didn't realize that they had to wear a mask, we actually got them covered. Here's a temporary
Yeah.
one you can have.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
think
way.
it's fine. We can
Yeah,
all share and play and get together and be safe. Just be
yeah,
smart. Like
yeah,
I want to protect you, you want to protect me. We are good to go. We
yeah.
can keep having fun and supporting businesses.
So yeah. No, it's been pretty good so far. Not a lot of pushback.
Yeah. I
You're
think
always
it's
going
a
to have
it's a
one or two people that.
yeah, you do. But I mean, I think, it's a respectful thing. And I think that, everybody wants to support you and see you grow. And I'm sure that you definitely thought that you'd be using the inside space way more than you currently are. And
No,
someday
no,
we're
no,
going to
no.
definitely check that out because you
I can't
really
wait.
restored.
It's a
I
new toy I
know.
can't play with yet. I'm sitting there looking at it, and people want to see it. I was like, there it is. Like, oh, this is gonna be great. Like, yeah, it is gonna be great, isn't it? Wish it was right
Oh,
now,
I know.
yeah, no, and it definitely helps that I'm one of the few places that's able to do live music. So
Yeah.
that certainly has worked in my favor.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. Thank you for that because I truly miss it. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
well,
It's awesome to still have that, opportunity and option.
yeah.
So one quick question I want to ask you before we start to wrap things up. If current Barley could go back to old Barley, what kind of advice would current Barley give young Barley?
Oh
I don't want
boy,
to
I.
try to play it safe
Well,
because
Beard give? What would Shortbeard tell Longbeard? Huh?
there, yeah, that's a good
Wow. Man,
stump the
I've
chump,
made
huh?
yeah, no, you really have. I've made so many mistakes over my, I get, yeah, everyone makes mistakes. I know that I
Yeah,
have to, but you
that's
know
okay.
what? I am incredibly lucky to be able to have lived a life that, and hopefully it's not over. Gosh, hopefully it's not over. But just up to this point, everything has been really pretty awesome. Like I've experienced so many amazing things, and working at the Chameleon has been so much fun. Every night's a party, and being able to buy my own place. Is it stressful right now? Absolutely. And it's going to always be stressful no matter what. It would be stressful if none of this had happened. But
100%.
I am living a great life. I've got great friends, got a wonderful wife. Everything is really pretty good. I'm like, I'd probably just tell myself, stay the course.
Have fun. Just enjoy it.
You know, I think that you know, everything has worked out, and it's just dumb how things really do kind of work out. Like
It's crazy.
you get yourself so concerned about this problem or that problem, or what if this happens, what if that happens, and we all just magically keep on surviving.
We do.
despite all these, you know, financial concerns, or, you know,
We keep going.
whatever.
Yeah, world still turns. So I didn't
World
really
still
tell you
turns.
about this part, but I have some pop questions, some random questions that I'm going to ask you.
Hit me.
Nice. Okay. Who has given you hope during this time?
Who has given me hope during this time? Well, having everyone stay with me has been a huge help to me. Like, you know, we shut down, could have lost everything. You know, I could have lost my work team, could have easily gotten strangled by my wife from being at home all the time.
True.
But you know, I'm really lucky to have a fantastic team at the theater, and they came over with me from TELUS and now Chameleon, and they stayed with me, and they're rocking. It's a great team, and I'm really excited for what the future holds with us.
That's awesome. List your 3 favorite sounds.
My 3 favorite sounds.
I love how much I'm stressing.
Okay, man, these are crazy questions. Okay, my 3 favorite sounds. Okay, so I like doing the stock market, and like I'm involved with the stock market. So every morning I watch CNBC, so it's all stock market stuff. But I really enjoyed the opening bell, like when trading starts. Like there's like a beep 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 beep.
Yeah.
Which for some reason they don't air it anymore, and it really bums me out. But like I always, for some reason, that sound just really like struck me. I really like the sound of a good female singer. And I guess one in particular is Innocent Submission. So Karen Paris. So like her voice melts me. Love that. So that's really cool. And I've got three things. So one more to go.
Oh, I love you so much.
I think just, you know, like, and it's not necessarily one sound, but like, and it's also music related, but it's just when a band I really love, or a band's just doing something that's blowing my mind, and like I break out in goosebumps. It's just kind of like that live music experience when you're like really pumped to see a band and they deliver, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
So that, I guess that would be, yeah, you smack the glass, and all of a sudden
hard that you bruise your hand the next day.
You're hurting.
Why does it hurt so much? Oh.
Yeah. So
yes.
I
feel that. I get that. I agree with you. That is, that's such a good sound. List one thing you want people to know about you.
List one thing that I want people to know about me.
Yeah. Name one thing.
Yeah, it's a short list, isn't it? I guess, you ask hard questions, or hard to answer questions.
That's because I'm making you dive deep. I'm making you dig deep in that hole.
Like, you know, having my own business now, and when people do things for me or show up, and I legitimately tell them how important like this action is, or, you know, them being there, how much it means to me, like it's really the truth. Like everyone that comes to that place, like it's It's like, thank you. Seriously, thank you for coming. I need your help. Like, people might take it for granted, like, oh, I just stopped in for one, but like, every one counts, and it makes a difference.
Oh, that like makes me, yeah. See, that's why you've got some good people in your life, because that authenticity and generosity right there, that honesty. I think there's a level of vulnerability too that I've always appreciated, and I've always thanked you over the.
You know, there's bands too that have been like, you know, I've got, again, lucky to have like great people around me, but like there's some bands that are just like showing up and either playing for no money or very little money, and they don't have to do that, but they want to make sure I succeed. So it's like, it's heartwarming.
Yeah. That's some good shit.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a great feeling.
And so how can, if the public wants to learn more about Phantom Power, how do we find you? What are your socials? Plug them.
We've got, we're on Facebook, Phantom Power PA, right there it is. And we also have Instagram, Phantom Power 717, and phantompower.net. Or the best way to find out is just come out.
Yeah.
What
are the hours? Do you have set hours?
We are open. We're open every day. So during the week, it's 4 to midnight. Saturday is 11 a.m. to midnight, and Sunday is 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Awesome.
So,
man,
we've got live music on the weekends, and we try to have as much fun as we can. Dog friendly, kid friendly, another thing that is good. So, yes.
Bring it all.
With kids, the worse they behave, the better. Bring them on. We're away from the street. They can go run, go crazy. So
scream.
Yeah.
Bring them during it's heavy metal bands. Just bring those kids. Let them let those toddlers run around.
We haven't gotten to the heavy metal stage outside just yet. So I had a couple interested parties, but we're gonna hold off on that for now.
All right, maybe that's phase 2. We'll just wait. Oh, thank you, sir, for coming on.
Thank you so much. This was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so excited for you. This is just your journey is just, I feel like it's just starting, even though it's been a long time, but like, you know what I mean?
I'm really looking forward to looking back and laughing at this time. I really
We will. But no, this is such a great thing, and I cannot wait to go inside and check it out. And
I'd love to have you.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. I thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Let's Chat is a proud member of the Candy Factory Collective. You can find the show streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And you can subscribe to the audio version anywhere you get your podcasts.
Krisha Martzall is a photographer who believes in the power of women, the power of seeing yourself in a true, authentic, beautiful way through boudoir photography. She's the owner of Krisha Lynn Photography, a daily wearer of the color black, foodie, and podcast lover.
Let's Chat is produced by the Candy Factory Collective at the Candy Factory Co-working Campus in Lancaster, PA. Production support by Anna Tran, administrative support by Ann Kirby, Ariana Henderson, Robert Diggs, and Jason Mundoff. Notes and links can be found on the show post at our website, candyfactorycollective.com. Candy Factory.
Collective.